Good morning, children. Let me take a lesson in physics for 9th standard. Third lesson it is fluids. You know the substance can be classified into solid, liquid and gases. In this, solid has definite shape, weight, everything and it cannot flow. The things which can flow is known as fluid. So now in this lesson, we have to study about liquids and gases. What are the fluids? Liquids and gases. Both can flow. So the things which can flow is known as what? Fluids, things and gases, liquids and gases. Further we have to say what is liquids and gases, they have pressure and thrust. What is pressure and what is thrust? Thrust and pressure. Then what are the qualities? How can we differentiate the thrust and the pressure? External force. So what is pressure? Some other force act on it. It makes the body to move or do some work. This is known as what? Pressure. So we'll see the difference. What is thrust and what is pressure? Before that we have to be the conclusion that things which flow is known as fluids. Flows. Okay. Liquid and gases can flow. So they are known as fluids. What are the characteristics of it? What are the uses? Then based on the pressure and the other thing, pressure and thrust, what are the instruments made, how they are useful to us. Let us go to the lesson. It's in page number 26. We have to see in this lesson the pressure in the fluids and the density, their applications. Applications means what? Uses. So first we'll see what is thrust. The force, thrust. Thrust is force. It is the force. Whatever it may be, either it is a pressure or thrust, whatever it may be, it is the force acting on the surface. Force acting on the surface is known as thrust. For example, if you are taking liquid in a bowl, the force acted on the entire area. Surface means what? Around the area. The entire area, the force acted on that is known as what? Thrust. In the same force acting in particular place, not in the entire area, only on a particular point, that is known as what? Pressure. Now children, have you got an idea what is thrust, what is pressure? Either it is thrust or pressure, both are external force only. The external force act on the entire surface is known as thrust. The particular, for example, if I am standing in the place, this place only the force acted, that is known as what? Pressure. The entire classroom it is acted, that is thrust. Clear? I've got a difference between thrust and pressure. Now we have to see. So how can pressure can be? We can write pressure, otherwise we can write in the short form. Thrust. Area of the contact, which place it is. The particular point I say, no, that is known as what? Area of contact, where it is contact. This is known as pressure. We have to see the units, whatever it may be, scientific things, we have tried the units. Thrust is known as, unit is Newton. Pressure unit is Newton meter square. Newton meter square. Clear? This is Newton. This is Newton meter square. So try to understand the lessons because we don't have direct contact. So we have seen what is thrust. Force acting on the entire surface is known as thrust and its unit is Newton. Then force acting on a particular place, point is known as pressure, it is Newton meter squared, unit is. In short, we can say pressure is equal to thrust acting area of the contact. The pressure in the fluids. So we are not bothering about the solids because the heading is what? Fluids. So how the pressure act on solids, sorry, liquids and gases. First we will see the pressure in the liquids. All the flowing substances, both liquids and gases are called fluids. So they are also like solids, they have weight and therefore the objects whichever have the weight they can exert the pressure. So எந்த ஒரு பொருளுக்குலாம் ஒரு particular weight இருக்கும், they can exert the pressure. So fluid pressure is total force exerted by the fluid area which the surface is exerted, F is equal to A. Then what are the pressures? We will see what is the effect on the pressure on liquids. The force exerted due to the pressure of liquid on a body is, suppose a body, an object is placed on the liquid, it is submerged. Submerged means what? It is floating. That is, half of the body enters in the water, immersed in the water, other half of the body is floating. For example, this is liquid. This is the container. We have the liquid in it. This is the cylinder, some other object I am placing on the liquid. This is what I say, submerged. That is, half immersed in the water. And the தண்ணிக்குள்ள மூழ்கி இருந்தா என்ன சொல்லுவோம் நம்ம? Immersed. Half of the body வெளியில இருக்கு. So this is known as what? Floating. So this is known as submerged. Half body immersed, half body out of the water. This is submerged. So pressure acting on all sides of the vessel. The entire vessel pressure acted in all the sides. That is downward, upward, sideways, in all the sides pressure acting on the liquid. So pressure acting on the liquid in all the sides. If the suppose pressure is acting on liquid in all the sides, the object will be submerged. What's the point we come across? If the pressure placed on the all sides, the water's object, what we want to find out, that the object will be submerged. That is, half floated in the water, half immersed in the water. For example, you can say balloon. So air is filled with the balloon and is immersed inside the water in a vessel. So you are taking instead of a cylinder, you are making a balloon, air balloon. We are just floating. We are immersing into the water. Immersing into the water. So when it is immersed in the water, it will come out of the water because what? There is no pressure act on that. The water exerts pressure in upward direction. There is no downward direction. If it is downward, if it is heavier object than water, it will be certainly what? Downward only. The pressure heavier object pressure will be downward. This is lighter object, balloon only, no. So it exerts pressure outside. So balloon is coming out of the water. Suppose in case you are taking any cylinder, some like this you are making, means either it may be submerged or totally immersed. So the force acting on the upwards or downwards. If it is upward, it will be floating. If it will be downward, it will be sink into the water. Okay, what are the factors determining the liquid pressure in the liquid? How can we find out the liquid pressure? What are the factors? What are the factors used to find out the liquid pressure? By what we can find out the pressure of the liquids? First one is depth. You know what's the meaning of depth? That is the height of the liquid column. That is how long it is. ஒரு வெசல்ல நம்ம லிக்விட் வைக்கிறோம்னா அது எவ்வளோ ஹைட் இருக்கும், அந்த டெப்த், ஆழம். தமிழ் we have to say depth. ஓகே, ஆழம் சொல்லுவோம். நெக்ஸ்ட் density of the liquid. That is what kind of liquid you are taken. Either density is lower or higher. Density of liquid that can be known as pressure, small p, and acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. The 3 points affect, the 3 factors affect the pressure of the liquid. That is, one is depth. If the depth is increased, pressure also increased. Density of the liquid, whether the density is higher density or lower density, we can say it. Then acceleration, that is extra power, extra force acted on that because of gravity. Gravity is the force which is acted on us and acted on all the objects. So it depends upon the thing also, they can be changed. So the pressure of the liquid can be determined by depth. Determine means what? Find out by depth of the liquid, density of the liquid, acceleration due to gravity. It may be increased or decreased because of gravitational force. So now we know pressure. Liquid we have seen how it is acted. Now we have to go for gases. What are the gases? Atmospheric pressure. What is gas actually? The air around us. That is known as what? Atmosphere. So the atmosphere, the pressure exerted, that is known as atmospheric pressure. Now we have to see, is it clear, children? Now liquids we have seen only few points. That is what is thrust, what is pressure. The total force acting, it is known as what? Thrust, it's known as Newton. One particular thing that is Newton meter square. And the liquids, I said, either it may be submerged or sinked or floated. It depends upon the depth of the liquid, density of the liquid, acceleration due to gravity. Because of these factors, either it may be floated, sink or submerged. Submerged means paadi medandu paadi mega nikkarada, sink entirely immersed into the water, like this. Okay. Now we have to see atmospheric pressure. Atmosphere, that is Earth is surrounded by, it's in page number 29. What is atmosphere? Earth is surrounded by a layer of air up to certain height. So till what height it is? Now we have to say that we have to go for the other point. So let me write here. Atmospheric pressure. What's the unit of pressure? Newton meter square. But atmospheric pressure is different. We'll see what it is. So, Earth is surrounded by a layer of air up to certain height. So air is in the surrounding up to 300 meters. நம்மளை சுற்றி 300 meter height வரையும் என்ன இருக்கும் உங்களுக்கு? Air is surrounded. And this layer of the air around the earth is called atmosphere of the earth. Till 300 meters, from earth to the 300 meters high, till that what is there? Air is surrounded. This air which surrounds the atmosphere is known as atmospheric pressure. This atmosphere also exerts the pressure. The pressure is called what? Atmospheric pressure. So this atmospheric pressure, you know what is atmosphere? The air around us is known as atmosphere. It is still 300 meters from the earth to the atmosphere. It exerts pressure. That pressure is known as what? Atmospheric pressure. This atmospheric pressure can be found out by an instrument, that is barometer. Barometer is an instrument which is useful to find out the measurement of the atmospheric pressure. This barometer was barometer is designed by Torricelli. So then what's the structure of the barometer? It's a long glass tube. It's a tube like this. This is a long glass tube, closed at one end. So one end it is closed. Okay. Open at the other. It is filled with the mercury. Here what is there? Mercury will be filled. Mercury is a metal which is in the form of liquid. We have studied already. It is filled with the mercury. This is done by closing and opening the end of the mercury. After immersing into the trough of mercury, for example, you see, after immersing into the trough of mercury, this is the cylinder, the basin, like you know, that is source of mercury. This is barometer. One side is closed, other side is kept open. The open side is, that is upside down. One side is closed, other side is kept open. This is, we are making like this. Here the trough. The trough, what is this? Mercury. The open thing is kept in mercury. What's the formula of mercury? Hg. So the tube is the barometer is inserted into the mercury. So mercury raises into the, due to the pressure, mercury raises into the barometer. This type of instrument can be used in the lab or weather station. We can find out the barometer in the lab or else in the weather station. Whether they will say the report, no. They are using this barometer. Okay, now gases. They exert the pressure, that is atmospheric pressure. The air around us still 300 meters. It's found by the instrument barometer. It was designed by Torricelli. Mercury is the main thing there. Mercury is a solid. It's the form of liquid. That is metal. Mercury is a metal. Now we have to see, based on the air pressure as well as liquid pressure, we can make out many laws. That is Pascal law. Then based on the Pascal law, what are the appliances? And Archimedes principle, everything we have to see further. Pascal law. What is Pascal law? It is, this principle is named by the scientist Blaise Pascal. Next we have to see what? Pascal law. We will see only one law now. Other things I will continue in other class. As per the Plasto, this is named by, this principle is named by Blaise Pascal. Just to honor the scientist, whatever the theories are, they are named by the scientist. Okay. Yes, because he found this, he designed it. It's known as Blaise Pascal's law. He's a French mathematician. He says external pressure applied on an incompressible liquid. That is compressible, incompressible. Compressible means what? We can make the things into shrink. இப்படி நல்ல அழுத்தி அமுக்க முடிஞ்சா அதனை சொல்லுவோம் compress. அப்படி முடியாம போனா அது incompress. This Pascal law only for incompressible liquid. That is, the liquid further cannot be compressed. For that it can be used. External pressure applied on an incompressible liquid, it's transmitted uniformly throughout the liquid. That means the liquid is incompressible. You are passing the pressure into the liquid. The pressure is uniformly exerted out throughout the liquid, not on the particular side, throughout the liquid. This is known as Pascal's law. Take pencil and underline in page number 31, fourth line. External pressure applied on the incompressible liquid is transmitted uniformly throughout the liquid. And this principle applied on the various machines in our daily use. So what are the machines? One is hydraulic press. So what is appliances based on Pascal's law? Appliances means what I said. That is the instrument. First one is hydraulic press. And the name itself, it is useful for the pressing. The instrument diagram is given here. This is Pascal law. You see how many cylinders are based on that? 2 cylinders. One is broad, other one is narrow. Both as area, that is A1 and A2. Pressure is applied on that. It is equally transmitted whether the area is, though the area is larger and smaller. Both are equally transmitted. And the pistons are there to pass through the thing. Hydraulic system works in this way are known as force multipliers. So this appliance is known as force multipliers because it is not acted on its own, because the force applied on the piston makes us to work. So this is known as force multiplier. Many times the force is multiplied. So clear children, we have seen atmospheric pressure. What is Pascal's law? Based on Pascal law, where they have made an appliance, that is hydraulic press. There are 2 pistons. Okay, I'll continue in the other class. Thank you.